This is a movie that you've really got to watch twice to fully understand what's going on. I'm not going to get into everything this movie is going on, so even if you haven't seen the movie yet, there will still be some surprises waiting for you when you watch this movie. One of the points of this movie that gets laid bare is that the dragon slayers are the bad guys. They attacked the dragon unprovoked, they turned out to be cowards, and then they made a faithless deal that they intended to sidestep at every opportunity through sleight of hand and deceit, transferring their debt to unsuspecting strangers. But does that automatically make the dragon the hero? Is the dragon doing the best she can by the people she meets? Does she critically examine the payments made to her? But here's the hard part of that. Do we? A blood debt is promised to the dragon, which the dragon-slaying family circumvents by marrying a girl, mixing her blood with the dragon-slaying family, then immediately feeding this new bride to the dragon. They deliberately seek out desperate kingdoms to marry their impoverished princess just so that they can control the terms of the marriage and break all contact with the family of origin. This is evil and underhanded, and not in line with the terms of their debt. How often do we stop to ask about gifts given to us, though? How often do we justify pirating a movie or game or textbook with the idea that it won't hurt them, or they're a big enough company to take it? I'm going to say something that shouldn't be controversial. The company behind whatever we pirated doesn't owe us anything. All the complaints that they can take it or anything similar are simple jealousy. Someone else made it, and that's hard to take. Maybe there's even something about the way that they made it that we're specifically jealous of. They were born into money instead of working for it, or they organized the ideas of others instead of creating ideas of their own, or they marketed an idea that had failed for its creator. I can kind of get it, and there are areas where I would welcome and encourage improvement to existing legal protections for primary creators in a corporate setting. But saying that we don't like the system doesn't fix it. Piracy isn't the only way we do this, though. How many times have I seen people take the absolute limit of free samples, trying to get all they need for free rather than pay for it? But it goes the other way, too. How often are we willing to pay for a service or a product that exploits others? How often do we buy shoes or clothes made in sweatshops or games made by companies that mistreat their employees? How often do we complain that prices are going up after an increase in wages? Or seek out the lowest price without considering what that means for the wages of the people that work there? I sympathize with those that are living paycheck to paycheck, who don't have the flexibility to vote with their money. I've been there. I've been making the difficult decision between paying the entire electric bill or buying groceries. It's a hard place to be. I've also been in the place where it feels like the only reason people are friends with me is for what I provide, be that money or shelter or security. I've had people perfectly willing to stiff me for what they owed me because they thought I could take it. Once, I had a particularly good month. At the same time, 3 friends had unusually bad months. My wife and I talked it over and loaned each of them what we could because it was what we wished people had done for us when we were struggling. Then all 3 of them independently came to the conclusion that they couldn't pay us back. We went from having extra to help to not being able to pay our electric bill just because friends thought we could take it. We had budgeted such that we only needed one of them to pay half of what they owed to make it, and it didn't work out. Just because the other person is the villain in your story doesn't make you the hero. Just because they've hurt you doesn't mean you're free to do what's wrong. Just because they're more powerful than you doesn't give you the right to pick at them. When you find yourself looking to take advantage of a situation, take a moment to ask yourself, am I being the evil dragon or the evil dragon slayer?